大家好，欢迎来到今天世界很好玩，我是主持人德一。我们现在就在 Brooklyn Design。那我们这家店呢，它是叫 Green Point Hill， 非常特别，因为他们有一系列的兔子的 ceramic， 所以我们一起来看看它的作品吧。
I've lived in Greenpoint for about the past 10 years, and I'm a ceramic artist. My husband found this lovely little space in our neighborhood, and it came up for rent. I started using it as a studio, and I found out that our neighborhood used to have a lot of potteries in it, and so I felt like it was a sign that I needed to open a ceramic gallery, and I started curating it with a lot of local artists, and we've expanded into a few other areas as well. So I work with about 15 different local artists and curate the space. We have art shows, and it's a retail shop.
Where do you usually get your inspiration from, like crafting this ceramic?
Oh gosh, all over. I mean, you can see there's a variety of different styles in here. I think that a lot of us are working with older motifs and bringing them into the modern. So, you know, whether it's making these forms that are looking sort of like ancient Greek vases and giving them a modern spin, or I'm working with these porcelain rabbits that are like replicas from the 1920s. I think that's a lot of what we're doing here.
So 1.5 years into it, do you think you can share with me like the struggles?
Oh gosh, it's hard. It's hard to open a business in New York. There's a lot of competition. The politics have been a little crazy the past 1.5 years. People have not been wanting to spend a lot of money, but everyone who comes into Greenpoint Hill has a smile on their face, and so it's made it worth it. It's been wonderful to just be able to bring a little joy to people's lives, and slowly but surely we're starting to sell a little bit more work.
Kim, this is so beautiful. I love that it's pink and it caught my eye. Like, can you tell me more about this piece?
Sure. So this is a living sculpture by an artist named Monty J. This is his specialty, doing these living sculptures. He makes his forms out of primarily clay. You can see here there's some cast bronze legs, and then he specifically chooses plants to go with the planters to make it one cohesive piece. And they take some cues from monster movies. They're very creature-like. His work is very unusual, and yeah, I've never seen anything like it. He's really starting to get a little bit more of a following in New York, and we're so excited for him.
All right, so this is by you. It's so cute. Like, it's a rabbit series?
Yes, so this is a series that I've been working on for quite a few years now. I've been photographing and making replicas of a Rosenthal rabbit that belonged to my grandmother that she brought over with her when she moved here from Germany. And I grew up looking at the original and was always very intrigued by this rabbit. And so I started investigating it through my artwork. And this recent series of casting it in porcelain also connects me to my grandmother, because she used to make cast figurines down in her basement when I was growing up. And so the process of making and remaking this rabbit really feels like I'm following in her footsteps and exploring it in a new direction.
So each of them is, I can see that they are different and they have the different colors. Like, how do you decide?
Yeah, so what I do is I cast them in porcelain, and rather than keeping them pristine porcelain like they would be in their original form, like the Rosenthal rabbits, I do a pit firing, which is a very primal firing practice that you do in like the backyard and a pit in the ground. And you put in all different types of natural organic materials and colorants, and so you never know how it's going to come out, and so it's a little bit of a surprise that comes up with the variation.
All right, thank you so much, Kim.